Hey guys, Hitesh here, and welcome to the Supremacy tutorial. Now, there's three major parts to Supremacy, and this particular video is going to deal with how Supremacy actually works, how to set it up, how to use it. We're going to have a separate video and a training session that specifically deals with the strategy behind Supremacy. What are some of the best ways to use it, and what would be the most effective way to use it? Okay, so when you look at Supremacy, when you actually drop down here, you're going to see three different sections: find products to list, create messages, and view reports. Okay. Now, the way Supremacy is designed to function is that it's going to help you drive traffic and sales to any specific items you want, or to multiple items that you want, or you can use it for specific other functions as well. For example, you could use it to boost customer feedback. You can increase sales across the board on your eBay store or your eBay listings. And you can push individual products if you want as well, like inventory clearouts that you might have access to, or Genesis product launches that you might be pushing for. Or if you have Genesis products of your own, if you're a Genesis member and you have your own products that you're selling on Amazon or eBay, you'll be able to use Supremacy to drive more sales to them as well. Okay, so let's walk through the basic idea here, how this works. The first thing you want to do is you want to define what you're going to use this for. If you're trying to drive sales to a specific item, okay, then you will want to begin with the first option, Supremacy, which is find products to list. Okay, over here, what you're going to do is take the ASIN of whatever item it is that you want to drive sales for. Okay, you're going to put that in there and hit go, and this will instantly go out and find behaviorally what are other items that the people are most likely to purchase. Okay, so here are the items that the same users who are interested in purchasing an item like yours are also interested in purchasing. These are some of the other things that they've purchased in the past. Now, what this does for you is obviously it gives you ideas, and you know that if you listed these items for sale and then followed up with those members and said, hey, I saw that you purchased this, I would also like to offer you a particular product of mine at a discount, they're much more likely to purchase it. Okay, so that's the idea behind this, how to find products to list. It's a very, very simple method. It's very easy to use it. It just goes and finds them for you, so it's not very difficult to do at all. Now, the interesting thing that you want to focus on here is the price. Okay, you want to target items that are in the same price range or more expensive than the item you want them to buy. Okay, so let me explain that very quickly. Let's say that you wanted to sell an item named X. Okay, you wanted to sell X, and X costs $55. Okay, you're going to be selling it for $55. Let's say in the background it costs you $35 or $30. You're going to sell it for $55. Now, what you want to do is you don't want to focus so much on selling an item that's for $8 or $10 or even $20 or $30. You want to focus on selling items that are more expensive, $79.99, $97.60, and so on. The reason being, when somebody has already purchased a higher valued item from you, they're much more likely to purchase X, which is $55, which is one, cheaper and is rated, but also when you offer them a discount on it or a sale on it or a coupon for it, where you say, I have this item that I typically sell for $55, it's currently on a 10% discount, or I'm giving you a 10% discount with this coupon, use this and get it for $50. Items which are clearly more expensive than X are going to result in better sales. That's one of the reasons why you go to the store, you buy a TV or something for $800, $900, and as you're walking out, they offer you a $70 warranty extension pack or something, and it seems really cheap. But if you'd gone in to buy a headset for $50 and they offered you a $70 warranty plan, you'd say, no, obviously not, it's way too expensive. So it's the same thing. It's just a psychological factor. Okay, very few people logically think, well, this is an $800 item, so it's worth spending $70 for extended protection. It's actually more psychological. It's simply that $70 seems like a very small cost to add on to something that's very expensive. So it's the same idea here. So you want to try and list items which are equal in price or higher in price than X, which is the main thing that you're trying to drive sales for. Okay, we'll discuss this more in the strategy video, but for now you get the general idea of how that works. Okay, now the second section is really the key section. This is where everything comes together and works properly. Okay, you're going to go to create messages, and here's where you're going to start defining what exactly are your users or people on eBay who have purchased items from you, what are they going to receive from you in email. Okay, so it's very, very simple. Here's how it goes. You're going to click on add new message, and you're going to basically define a message over here. Now, depending on what your goal is, your message can be whatever. Your message can be something to boost customer interaction. It could simply say, thanks, buyer name. You could just insert this code right here, and this will automatically insert the buyer's name in there. Okay, so you're going to say, thanks, buyer name. Looking forward to working with you. Or you could just say, thanks, buyer name for, and then insert the transaction ID, which makes it look more official. It's definitely going to get their attention a lot more. Thanks, buyer name for transaction number. And there you go. Okay, and then put a smiley face in or something. Okay, and then your message can be as simple as hi, buyer name, again. Thanks for purchasing whatever the name of the item is, which should be right here, the product title, from my eBay store. And now, depending on your goal here, if your goal is simply to boost customer feedback and things like that, we are excited to serve you and get you your item as soon as possible. Make sure you leave some positive feedback in response to our amazing customer support. Okay, or you could have instead said, as a thanks and a glimpse at our amazing customer service, here is a 10% coupon on our item, wherever the item is. You just link to the item. Okay, so that's another thing that you could do. Of course, it entirely depends on what your goal is. But once you've done that, then comes the next part, which is this cool little thing here. Now, this is basically asking you, what items do you want to send this message on? Okay, because you might have 15 different items where this message is applicable to all of them. Okay, so you can actually just simply select whichever item you want to send it on. Or you could even just click on select all and select all the items. Let's say you had a standard default message which just said, hey, thanks for purchasing from us. We're looking forward to working with you. Please let us know if you have any questions by contacting us here. Okay. Or please go to our eBay store. We have some specific sales right now. Make sure to search our eBay sales, and you can give the link directly to your eBay store. Or you could even just say, here's the coupon or whatever. And if that message applies to all your products, you can just click on select all, and that's it. Okay. Then all you're going to do is when you add an item, it's going to show you that you've selected that item in here. Okay, you can add multiple items over here. And this message will now go out whenever this particular item is sold. Okay, and then comes the final part, which is you're going to select when this message should go out. Should the message go out immediately? Should it go 24 hours later, 1 week later, a month later, and so on? Personally, I would suggest that you go with the 24 hours option, simply because it gives enough time for the sale to have processed. And this message, you don't want this message lost between multiple emails the user will already get. When somebody buys from you on eBay, at that minute, they're going to get an email from PayPal. They're going to get an email from eBay. They're going to get a confirmation receipt email from PayPal as well. You don't necessarily want your message to be lost amongst them all. So you want to wait 24 hours. Also, 24 hours gives you the time to actually get everything ready for their order and things like that. So, gives them the time to basically take care of everything. So that's another benefit of waiting 24 hours. Now, why would you want to use the 1 week and a 1 month option? Here's why. You can have one message that goes out 24 hours later, which basically thanks them. And you can have another message that goes out a week later that says, hey, last week you purchased whatever the product's name is, you'll just insert that dynamically here with product title variable. You're going to say, last week you purchased this from us, and as a thank you, we wanted to send you a coupon, or we wanted to give you, we just put this item on special sale for our previous customers and want to give you access to it. Okay, so it's a very easy to use thing, and it's extremely powerful when you do it the right way. You're going to drive a ton of sales just doing this. Now, the other cool thing about this is once you've attached your items to a message, you don't actually have to worry about relisting that item. When you go in and relist the item, this will automatically detect that it's the same item and will attach the message to that again. So you don't need to come in here every single day when you relist the item for sale. You don't need to come in here over and over and add the message to them. Okay, it'll just do it automatically. Now, the final thing is when you link directly to eBay. eBay will obviously like for you to continue to drive traffic to eBay itself, okay? And because we know that these buyers are from eBay, it's going to be better for you to send them back to eBay because they've already purchased from eBay. Clearly, they like buying on eBay, okay? So from a strategy standpoint, you want to link to your eBay store or to your item on eBay or to your discount on eBay or whatever it is. Okay, that's actually the ideal way to go about it. From my experience, you're not going to have as much success sending people to a third-party website, to your own website, for example. You don't want to set up your own store on your own domain name, send people there because they're not as likely to trust you and buy from you. Okay, but on eBay, they have a level of trust already. Amazon is the same way. They have a level of trust there already. So you can use this to drive traffic to your Amazon pages, listings, and your eBay listings, and they'll do a lot better, in my opinion, and based on data, than they would on your own third-party site. But that is not to say that you couldn't do it. You could drive them to a third-party site and simply tell them to fill out a form on your website, for example, to get access to a coupon. You could have a link in there, for example, that says, to receive a 10% off coupon on your next purchase from our store, please go here. They go to a page, and that page simply asks them to opt into your list or whatever you want them to do, and you can then offer them the coupon. Another neat way of actually building your business on your own website to save you on eBay fees and things like that. But overall, you do want to try and keep your business as much as possible within Amazon and eBay's environment because these users, these buyers are used to that environment already. Okay, that's just a little insight into what you should consider doing. So once you've set this up, you're basically done with all of Supremacy setup because you've found the products to list, you've listed those products, and you've associated them with a specific message, okay, or multiple messages if you want. Now, finally, we are going to go to the reports, and that's essentially something that you do once in a great while. You see how many messages have been sent. As you can see in this test account, we've had 3 sales where 3 messages have been sent. You can actually export all the buyer emails, and the benefit of doing that is down the road, let's say that you sell a lot of items that are related to toys. Okay, you sell a lot of children's toys, wooden toys, plastic toys, whatever. So you might, let's say, come out with a new thing that is very appropriate for children. Maybe you are having a backpack sale or something like that, or it's the back to school season and you are putting out a sale on some children's tablet. Okay. When you do that, you'll be able to basically email all your previous buyers in one shot using this. You'll be able to mail them and say, hey, we are having a back to school special. Since you had purchased this thing from us in the past, okay, clearly a toy or an item related to children. So since you purchased this from us in the past, you will now be able to get this nice little deal where you're going to get 10% off or 15% off on our back to school sale on our eBay store. You set your eBay store, if you have a store, you set it to it across the board 15% off if you want, or you take specific items where you do a price reduction on it, and then you send them through Supremacy, through this export feature. You send all your previous buyers there. And I've seen people generate anywhere from $100 to $50,000, $60,000 in a matter of 2 or 3 days using this strategy. Okay, so it's an extremely powerful strategy. You can do very, very well with it. All you have to do is just be a little organized about it. Okay, and we've tried to make this as automated as possible, and we're going to go over a lot more details about all the things you can do with it in the strategy section. But all in all, this should be a very easy thing to use. It's very, very user friendly from my opinion. But overall, enjoy. And if you have any questions or anything of the nature, just go ahead and open a support ticket. So I will see you in the next video.